Since the script is so contained, what was it like diving into these characters without knowing anything about their story, only like who they are and what they're doing in that moment right then? What was it like being able to develop them, but also knowing that like you don't have as much exposition as you normally would for a role?
Right. Yeah, I don't think there really was. That's a great question. There's really not so much development of these characters, right? I mean, we had the honor and the privilege to talk to most of the service members that were there on this specific day, and to have Ray there, just kind of giving us context on the whole situation, was very insightful and helpful. And you know, in reality, when it came to us filming the 3 week boot camp, that really just taught us so much about the tactics, military language, terminology, um, weapon systems training, just comms, how to communicate with each other. It really just informed the whole process of filming, right? So, as the actor, we're falling on protocol and then just kind of moving through this very contained, very tight and authentic real story. So there wasn't, in a way, when these takes are 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes long, you can't really act. You're
Yeah,
just in
yeah.
it. It's like a play.
It's also more like real life versus
Right.
too.
And there's a lot of textured reality that Alex and Ray like added, where we would hear like the sounds of the jet flying over, gunshots outside, like little things, and it was very everyone. It was like a play. It was a nice little dance.
Well, I was very pleasured to have. I mean, I was very one of the only ones to have Ray, behind the camera there 24 hours throughout the whole process. So yes, as much as we don't talk about a lot of context with these characters. For me personally, it helped a lot. It helped to learn everything about Ray, before he was there, before his upbringing, everything in between. Although you don't see it, I felt like just for me as an actor, it kind of completed that character for me because the script, in a sense, didn't, and so to have Ray there, and to learn every single aspect about Ray and to transfer then to be Ray, I needed that personally. I don't know everybody else, but personally, I needed to know everything about him to play him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all to varying degrees developed, sort of close personal relationships to the gentleman that we were representing, and no one, more so than DeFaro in respect of Ray. And that was key to getting a better understanding of who our guys were. And I think that just kind of underpinned what you see on screen because, as you pointed out, there isn't much characterization and there's very little exposition, as you said. So that was really about just us gaining, I think, more confidence when it came to embodying these guys.
Yes.
Right.
But really, the unique acting challenge this provided all of us was that there wasn't much acting required, and it was about more of an exercise in executing an objective and responding to protocol and training.
Right.
And you all spoke about like the fact that like Ray was so as the co-director so involved. What was it like having a filmmaker who's like has experienced this? I feel like that's kind of a unique situation to have a filmmaker who's gone through the exact movement of what's in this film.
I mean, I have such an immense respect for Ray, and to really just kind of tell one of the most traumatic personal experience he had, right? And so we knew that there was a responsibility that we had as the actors to kind of just to fully commit and just represent what he wanted in this story. And I yeah, it was really really intense. I think maybe you could be better suited to
Yeah,
answer
I
that.
didn't really I didn't have to come up with my own stuff. I didn't have to, come up with my own, questions and answers. Any question I had, he was there for me. I didn't have to, imagine anything really. Any internal questions, minor details, under a microscope in the sense, he was there for me, and every single process along the way. So yeah, so it's and. It was beautiful because it's not just Ray's story. He didn't just write this. As much as he did, this was everybody's. Everybody you see here, their true to life counterparts, put their trauma, their own trauma into this story. So it's a very beautiful bubble of memories there. Yeah.
Well, thank you three so much for chatting with me, and I can't wait for more people to see this film, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.
Thanks,
very
Trey. You
much.
too.
We learnt a lot. I think, personally, from an acting perspective, you're aware of the responsibility you have when the material is of such significance to that person. There's a level of reverence that you have for it. You always need to take the job seriously, but I think for this one, it was clear that it was going to be it would have its own challenges for Ray, and that we needed to be there for him and to take our job seriously. And I learned a lot about brevity, about camaraderie, and yeah, a lot of other funny things which I probably shouldn't talk about. What did you learn, Kit?
I think I learnt. I'm not sure if it's what I learnt, but I think one of the benefits of having, for example, the partnership of Ray and Alex together, you had this almost kind of super team of geniuses, both in their own right, and both so knowledgeable in their different fields. And Ray was a fantastic teacher and a fantastic director, and really the performances that we gave, particularly in regard to us, embodying these characters and these seals, was really down to Ray, and I suppose I've never been on a project where I've had such immense trust in both directors. I felt incredibly, I actually, the more I think about it, I remember when I first was offered the role, my immediate thought was, oh wow, I can't believe that they think that I'm, that they think that I can do this, and they think that I'm, equipped to do it. And then I immediately kind of thought, well, you know what, if Alex and Ray think that I am, that I'm capable, then I believe that too, which is not something that is all that common, really, in this profession. It definitely does happen, but it's really a lovely feeling to have that.
Well, I learned about a lot of stuff. I mean, some of it was, I just learned about the kind of values that those men that were teaching us have, and how they sort of conduct themselves, and the humor that they have, and just their general composition was just a nice thing to be around. And I consider myself lucky to have sort of been involved in something where I had the opportunity to meet people like that, because I wouldn't have done otherwise. And obviously working with these and working with these guys in the way that we did, as a and sort of undergoing the process of sort of organically creating a team of employees who were responsible for executing a task that for the purpose of trying to recreate a truth in a truthful manner. That it was just a great experience.